Welcome to all on my YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss about the importance of English language in this video. Let's start. Importance of English language. Introduction. Every language is the pride of the people who use it. It consists of words, idioms and syntax, and it is through language that we learn to think, feel, judge and express. No doubt, English is the language of the English people. With the advent of the British, the teaching of English came to India. But they did not concentrate their attention on the teaching of English from the very beginning. In India, it occupies an important place in every sphere of life, whether social, political, academic, cultural, or economic. It holds a significant value. Pandit Nehru rightly said, English language is ours by historic necessity. इंट्रोडक्शन के अंदर अगर हम देखें तो इंट्रोडक्शन में बताया गया है कि जो इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज है वो हमारे लिए आवश्यक क्यों है। हमारे इंडिया के अंदर ऐसा क्या है भाई, इंग्लिश के बगैर हम काम नहीं कर सकते। इन एवरी स्पेयर ऑफ लाइफ, वेदर सोशल, पॉलिटिकल, एकेडमिक, कल्चरल, इकोनॉमिक, इट होल्ड्स ए सिग्निफिकेंट वैल्यू। आप जहाँ भी आज देखेंगे हमें इंग्लिश की जो इम्पोर्टेंस है वो हर जगह दिखाई देगी। English occupies an important place in India today. Wherever we go in the country, it is used very much, almost in every circle. While passing through the bazaars, we find that majority of the boards hanging in front of the shops are in English. अगर आप बाज़ार में भी जाते हैं तो बाज़ार में आप देखेंगे जितने भी लगभग 100% में, आप अगर 99% कहें, जितने भी बोर्ड लगे होते हैं सारे इंग्लिश में ही होते हैं। इन द सिनेमा हॉल्स, इन द होटल्स एंड रेस्टोरेंट्स, इन द ऑफिसेज ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, लोकल, रीजनल और सेंट्रल, ऑलमोस्ट एवरी रिकॉर्ड इज़ इन इंग्लिश। आप किसी भी ऑफिस में चले जाएं, किसी भी सिनेमा हॉल में चले जाएं, किसी भी होटल में चले जाएं, आप देखेंगे वहाँ का जो भी रिकॉर्ड है वो मेंटेन करके रखा जाता है इंग्लिश के अंदर। एट होम, in the street, in the bazaar, in business, in studies, in routine talks, a good deal of English is used. It is undoubtedly right to say that English has been playing, is playing, and will continue to play a significant role in India's national life. It may be called the language of the world civilization. Lord Macaulay desired to produce through English education a class of persons Indian in blood and color, but English in taste, opinion, morals and intellect. अगर इसमें हम बताएं, लॉर्ड मैकाले भी यही चाहता था भाई, हम ऐसे इंडियन बनाना चाहते हैं जो रंग रूप आकार में भारतीय हों, लेकिन उनके अंदर इंग्लिश इतनी आ जाए, इतनी भरी जाए कि उनकी जो मोरल्स हैं, इंटेलेक्चुअल है, ओपिनियन है, टेस्ट है, हर जगह इंग्लिश की इम्पोर्टेंस दिखाई दे। द फॉलोइंग पॉइंट्स क्लियरली शो द importance of English language in our country. A link language. Here we discuss a link language. English is a language which links together different states of India. People living in different states speak their own regional language. The leaders from different states meet sometimes on a common platform. By using this language they can convey their thoughts to another. लिंक लैंग्वेज कैसे है? जैसे इंडिया हैज़ 28 स्टेट्स, इंडिया के पास 28 स्टेट्स हैं और हर स्टेट की अपनी एक भाषा है, अपनी लैंग्वेज है। अगर वहाँ का पीपल दूसरे स्टेट के पीपल से, आदमियों से, व्यक्तियों से अगर मिलता है तो वो किस भाषा में बात करे। अगर हम देखें, मान लो एक हरियाणा से और एक तमिल से है, तमिलनाडु से, और दोनों किसी कॉमन प्लेटफॉर्म के पर मिलते हैं तो किस लैंग्वेज के अंदर वो कम्युनिकेट करे, वो इंग्लिश के अंदर कर सकते हैं। नेक्स्ट आ जाता है एजुकेशनल इम्पोर्टेंस। Educational importance. English has great educational importance. It has been the medium of instruction in the schools and colleges. Even today, a large number of people send their children to English medium schools. Higher education in science, medicine, engineering, technology, etc. is not possible without English. Good books in all these subjects are available in English only. Next point, English in trade, industry, and commerce. English plays an important role in the industrial and commercial life of the country. All correspondence is done mainly in English. National and international trade, development of industry, and the working in commercial establishment take place in English only. Next, importance in science and technology. English is useful for Indians in multiple ways. It is very useful to study science. All technical knowledge is in English. Science subjects cannot be studied well without English. Technical knowledge cannot be gained well without English. Without English, the doctor of medicine cannot have latest knowledge. Without English, an engineer cannot have latest information of new technologies. Next point, international importance. English is spoken, understood all over the globe, so it has got international importance. It is the first language in UK, USA, Canada, Australia, and the second language in India, Africa, Russia, France, Pakistan, etc. The number of people speaking this language is about 350 million, which is next to the Chinese language. Thus, it is English and no other language which can serve the purpose of linking together people of different nations of the world. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट आ जाता है कल्चरल इम्पोर्टेंस. English helps in bringing people of diverse cultures closer to each other. It is also assist us for our intercultural understanding inside the country. It is the through medium of English that we are able to keep the different culture group of India united. In fact, English has helped us in building new cultural traditions. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट आ जाता है हमारा इंग्लिश ए विंडो ऑन द मॉडर्न वर्ल्ड. The study of English by Indians serves the purpose of a window, just as we can peep through the window and see what is happening all around us. In the same way, by the study of English, we can come to know about the progress being made by people of different nations of the world in different areas of life. Next point is English in our social life. English is playing an equally important role in the social life of Indian people. Majority of educated people use this language for correspondence. They find it more convenient to converse in English. It is the mean of social and intellectual communication in the highly educated sections of the society. Next point is English at the administrative level. English has been the official language of our country for more than 200 years. Even now, this language has almost the same position in the offices of the country. No doubt, some states have made strong efforts for developing their own regional languages and propagated its use in the offices. But the hard fact is that in majority cases, they have not been able to replace English. Next, knowledge of English a successful passport for employment. The knowledge of English provides a privileged position to a person. People with good knowledge of English are given preference for selection to good jobs. The prospects of employment for a person knowing English are bright anywhere in India or abroad. Next point is English as a library language. Whatever has been said in Kothari Education Commission Report 1964-66 regarding the place of English is perfectly true because they took into consideration its position in the country. Then the point was that everybody was talking against this language. The conditions prevailing in the schools were not favorable. The politicians, the parents, and the public in general were saying wrote about this language. Their inner desire was to uproot this language from the country. Many teachers were seeing finding faults with the students. Sometimes they said that it was next to impossible to show good results in English. The authorities have also expressed the view that it would be difficult to make progress without the knowledge of English. So, Kothari Education Commission suggested that English should be made a library language in our country. Next point is language of the court. In this point, language of the court, ये आप लोगों के लिए बड़े ही इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक हैं, बड़े ही इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस हैं. लैंग्वेज ऑफ द कोर्ट, इंग्लिश वाज द लैंग्वेज ऑफ द कोर्ट. Judges and magistrates wrote the and announced their decisions in English. Lawyers and barristers placed their case in English. This was the language in which all the records of all the courts were kept. Even today, English occupies an important place in courts. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट आ जाता है a language of our literary development. Our literary development. The credit of developing the Indian languages goes to English. By reading, developing the Indian languages goes to English. By reading English books, Indian writers developed their own languages and literature. The development of modern Indian novel, short story, drama, and literary criticism is entirely due to impact of English on Indian languages. लैंग्वेज ऑफ द इंडियन यूनिटी. इस पॉइंट को हम पहले भी कर चुके हैं लिंक लैंग्वेज के ज़रिए, तो आप उसी में से इसके निकाल सकते हैं. भाई इंडिया हैज़ 28 स्टेट्स एंड ईच स्टेट हैज़ इट्स ओन रीजनल लैंग्वेज एंड थ्रू इंग्लिश दे कैन कम्युनिकेट विद ईच अदर इफ़ दे मीट एट ए कॉमन प्लेटफॉर्म. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट आ जाता है स्टडी इंग्लिश लिटरेचर. थ्रू इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज वी कैन स्टडी इंग्लिश लिटरेचर easily. Disciplinary importance. In this point, we can say that English has a great and unique position in India. If we want to study about English literature through this language, we can easily understand. Next point is recreational importance. English is a good source of recreation and useful employment of leisure. Persons knowing English can enjoy the best stories, drama, novel, etc. written or translated into English. The study of English enables a person to compare and contrast the good and bad things of his country with those of other nations. अगर हम बात करें फॉर एग्जांपल डिसिप्लिनरी इम्पोर्टेंस, तो इम्पोर्टेंस में क्या आ जाता है भाई. फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे अगर हम अपने देश को दूसरे किसी नेशन के साथ, दूसरे किसी राष्ट्र के साथ कंपेयर करें, तो वहाँ का जब हम कल्चर जान जाते हैं. कल्चर कैसे जानेंगे? जब हम वहाँ की लैंग्वेज जानते हों. तो जैसे हम वहाँ का कल्चर जानते हैं, फिर हम वहाँ पे कंपेयर कर सकते हैं भाई हमारे कुछ अच्छी चीज़ें या उनकी कुछ अच्छी चीज़ें या उनकी कुछ बैड थिंग्स या बुरी चीज़ें या हमारी, तो कंपेयर वहाँ पे किया जा सकता है. Conclusion. After careful consideration of all the facts regarding the importance of English, Government of India decided to introduce teaching of English at elementary stage in all government primary schools from 2001 onwards in all the states of the country. Forming of right habits of learning the language from the beginning is a right step. Good habits formed at the early stages of life really help in the onward progress of the child. लेटर ऑन। यहाँ हमारी जो गवर्नमेंट है इसने भी एफर्ट किया और 2001 से लगभग जितने भी हमारे गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स हैं उसमें भी इंग्लिश को इंट्रोड्यूस कराया गया, ताकि जो अर्ली एज है बच्चों की वो वहीं से उस लैंग्वेज को पकड़ कर लैंग्वेज के साथ में घुल मिल कर उसको सीखना शुरू करें। गुड हैबिट्स फॉर्म एट द अर्ली स्टेजेस ऑफ लाइफ रियली हेल्प इन द ऑनवर्ड onward प्रोग्रेस ऑफ द चाइल्ड लेटर ऑन। ये था आप लोगों के लिए एक इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन। वीडियो अगर अच्छी लगी है तो चैनल को लाइक करना, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना और शेयर कर देना। थैंक यू।